Welcome to Queen's Royal Chat, COVID Love Edition, where we ask the question, can love be found in lockdown?
So let's talk social media and how it affects online dating, per se, or rather dating in general. What do you think about social media itself?
I mean, I think social media could be a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing as far as dating.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Because you have so many people out here saying certain things and, people listening. So, I mean, as far as dating wise, it could be good, but it also can, I think, hurt the relationship also.
How do you feel it can be good?
Because people are, I feel like it can be good because there's so much positive things going on social media as far as relationships, advice, and things of that nature.
Okay. Well, I feel the total opposite. I feel like social media is destroying relationships.
Oh, let me guess, because it has a vanish. Instagram has a vanish part.
First of all, yeah, we got to talk about that because Instagram and Snapchat are literally the home of cheaters. It's the home of cheaters. Okay. Now I understand that you have to have social media, being a business owner.
You said cheater?
Things of that.
You said cheaters?
The home of cheaters.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. But you have to have it for business purposes. I understand that. The queen got to have her social media. I get it. But as far as if you're just, you're just out here with a personal Snapchat, it doesn't work with a relationship, I feel like it complicates matters because, yeah, you should have trust, but trust takes some time to build. And they have the vanish effect. You can just send somebody a message and then it's gone, Or the Snapchat where you snap and then boom, it disappears. Why would we need that? What would we need that for?
Maybe, I'm not even sure.
I'm telling you, I've used Snapchat, and there's times I forgot what I was talking to a person about. And then I go back to the message, and it's gone. So then I'm like, wait, what were we talking about? Why would that feature be needed? Unless you're trying to hide something. And,
I think so.
Yeah, that's another. I mean, it's like, what do you feel about giving your phone to your spouse? How do you feel about that?
Giving your phone to your spouse?
Could you just switch
I mean,
phones?
I don't have a spouse to give a phone to, so I mean,
Interrupt, guys. Interrupt.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, give it to
But
him.
if you was
give it to him.
Could you give your spouse the phone
Yes,
unlocked?
take my phone.
Just,
take it. Here, take it.
Okay, that's good.
I could walk away comfortable and we're good.
That's very good. But how many can say they could do that, though? And that's the question.
I think there's a lot of boss queens and kings out there that very honest and they can give their spouses their phones.
I would hope so. But the sad reality is...
Would you give your spouse your phone?
I absolutely would. I have nothing to hide.
Are you sure about that?
Nothing to hide at all. Because all of my social media is business. That's it. I don't have any personal accounts. Nothing I do is personal. Anything I have is all business. So if you want to check, go ahead, no problem. And that's how I feel it should be. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I mean, you have a lot of relationships out here where they can't switch phones for 24 hours.
Yeah, they're crying. They're they're ready to die. I seen something on Instagram where the woman said she took her boyfriend's phone and he was acting like he can't breathe. He needs to go to the hospital. I'm like, what?
It's sad. It's sad. So it's like at that point, social media, and it's basically because of the social media. And this is why I feel like it's also very easy for people to jump in one relationship and then jump right out and jump into the next relationship and jump right out because you've got the world in your hand. It's literally like, I don't have to put up with nothing you do because I literally can go on Instagram and I can find me an Instagram model in 2 seconds.
Model?
Yeah. It's got to be a model. Yeah.
What? A model? Why does it have to be a model?
Because that's just how it goes. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can just jump right out.
But is she really is she going to be really a model?
I mean, she's got to be fit. You know?
Oh, can we discuss that for a minute? I mean, you just said the woman has to be fit.
You got to be concerned about your health. Okay.
Oh, okay. So she has to
healthy
be fit.
living is in.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So she can't be fat.
She can be fat.
She
and
can't
healthy.
have rolls and all that.
You can be fat and healthy. I've seen some fat, healthy people. You know, they go to the doctor, everything's, you know, they're still healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you just said the model.
Gotta be fit.
So you would say the woman has to be fit. You're up. Yourself.
Everyone's got their type, right?
I mean, that could be true.
Ms. Clark, what is your type?
I really don't have one.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. See? Now you don't have a type.
I do not have a type. I don't look at a person's body.
Oh.
I look at the way they treat me. That's okay. You have something to say about
No,
that?
not
Because
at
you're
all.
playing your violin, so what do you have to say?
It's actually a viola.
Oh, the viola. Okay. My
Yes.
mistake. My
Yes.
mistake.
Yes. Please don't.
But I don't look at a person's weight. I honestly look at how the person treats me.
Really?
As an individual. Yes.
Oh, really?
And isn't that what it's about? Boys, Queens, and Kings? It's about the way the person treats you. Not about their appearance.
It is about health.
They could be about
It is about
8,000
being
pounds.
It's
If they
about-
treat me like the royal queen that, I am, then why not?
It's about being healthy. Why? Because
So if it's a woman that's
because-
600 pounds,
listen.
you wouldn't date her?
If she doesn't love herself,
But she
she
can love
can't love
herself.
me. She can't love me if she doesn't love herself. If she treats herself horrible by eating a dozen donuts
But what
every single day, how is she gonna love me?
you just said, maybe she's fit.
But that's not healthy. That's not fair. You eating a dozen donuts every day?
Maybe she's 7 feet and she's 600 pounds. So I'm just saying.
7 feet? I can't be talking to you. I gotta look up to. Let's have a FaceTime date. I mean, that would be better actually, because then her face would be level with the camera and it wouldn't be so bad.
Oh,
you
then
know?
you'll be able to do a FaceTime
Then I could
date.
do a FaceTime date,
Okay,
but an in-person
all right.
date just wouldn't happen because
Okay.
I'm gonna be like the whole time, you know, I'm not that tall, you know.
So how do you feel now that the world is reopening?
I think dating is pretty much the same for the most part. I mean, online dating still exists and in person still exists. So it's all about which one you're comfortable with. Another problem with dating and relationships is a lot of people don't really know who they are and what they want to do before they jump into something. And then you jump into something and then you're like, I'm still figuring this thing out. So, it makes a very rocky relationship to start with because you're just on uneven ground with yourself. You don't even know who you are. So it's very important to
Especially
figure out who
within
you
these times, you think, with the whole COVID and everything too. Because people are getting into multiple relationships during this pandemic.
Yeah, that's just bad. You're jumping into multiple relationships.
They have multiple women in different countries and states and towns.
Well, yeah, if it's like, what is it, long distance or something? Well, that's another thing. Could you do a long distance?
I don't know. I really don't know about the long distance.
Long distance relationship.
How far? How far is a person?
Another state.
It all depends.
Okay. So, but that's what you're exposing yourself to when you do online dating. So you could get somebody in another whole nother state, and
But they have to move closer to me if they're supposed to date.
So they have to come closer to you.
Well, it would be nice if they.
But what if they have a solid, stable job where they are and they're not willing to compromise?
But then they have to propose to me, and then maybe I can move to where they are.
Yeah, I think another state just wouldn't work at all for me.
Why not?
It just wouldn't work. I think You know, like I said.
Oh, because you're going to get lonely?
I think, the whole purpose of what is the purpose of being in a relationship? What do you think?
You guys are together, spending time.
Right. And so if you're in another state.
That's why we have video chat, as we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, but you don't think that physical touch is important?
Touch me through the camera.
I hope this is zoomed in my face right here. Because touch me through the camera.
Didn't Soulja Boy say kiss me through the phone?
He did. He definitely did.
Kiss, you can kiss right through the phone.
No.
It's the same thing.
But you could kiss through the phone technically. Yeah, you could do that, and then that's another thing. If I blow you a kiss and you don't catch it, that's a problem. Red flag. You gotta catch that. Wow. Back in the day, it was important that you caught the kiss. Now people just okay, bye, click, boom. What? You just let my kiss drop?
I'm not really following.
You not following? You never seen somebody blow a kiss and then the other person catches the kiss? Like,
You're not really physically catching the kiss. But
if you're gonna do it through the phone, you might as well pretend, since you pretend kissing me anyway. So click, boop. Because you like the cheek, so I figured that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let my kiss drop and you just end call. Click. All right, love you, bye. Click. Nah, it's just disrespectful. You gotta catch my kiss. Catch it through the phone.
So, what about wearing a mask and on a date? What do you feel about that?
Unacceptable, in my opinion.
Why is that?
For the date, first of all, I have to be able to hear what you're saying. Okay, and especially if we're in a restaurant that's not reserved, and it's just people everywhere. These restaurants can get kind of loud, so I don't want to have to look across the table like every few seconds. Like, can you say that again? So I think the mask has to be off. It has to be off. Nextly, I have to be able to see your lips. You know what I'm saying? That's a very important key. You gotta be able to see it. You gotta be able to, because some people got no lips. They're just out there. They're just out here like this. And I have to be able to see the lips. I have to be able to see.
What?
You got to make sure that you can kiss the lip. If some people they're just stuck like this. And you got to be able to see, are these lips okay? These lips are good. These lips are good. Yeah.
I thought it would be because you want to see their nose and the rest of their face, not about their lips.
Would you kiss a man that was like this?
Yeah, why not?
Come here, Miss. Come here. I don't think so. I think that the teeth and the lips play a big role.
Not the teeth.
First of all, you got to be able to see this gap right here. You got to be able to see and know.
Too, you see?
Yes. You got to see and know. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, gap guys, we just different. We different. You know what I'm saying? We different.
You outside?
So you got to be able. Yeah, we outside. We outside. You know it. So you got to be able to see all that. You know what I'm saying? Because say she don't like gaps. I'm sitting there with a mask on.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Then I take the mask. Oh my God.
You're so funny looking. Oh Lord.
Exactly. That's what you would do. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
I didn't say I would do. I'm just saying she might say, "Oh, he's funny looking."
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You can't have a mask on. Is there a kiss on the first date? Or is it just no touching, no kissing, no nothing? Just.
Well, the times has changed, as you all know. It all depends.
Depends on how the date's going.
How the date's going.
But you'll be comfortable with it if the date's going good, everything's going nice.
Yeah, you can get a kiss on the cheek. Why not?
Okay. Okay, but the date's going good. It's going real good. Everything's going nice.
You get the kiss on his cheek. Yeah, I will give a kiss on his cheek.
Okay, all right.
Because I'm still trying to be cautious now, so I think the kiss on the cheek would be suitable.
But that's kind of like a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like you just hey.
You wouldn't give up. You would. How would you? Wouldn't do that on the first date?
I think in these COVID times, you've got to be cautious.
Right, so that's why I said a kiss on the cheek, a dab. I still have to be cautious because,
Yeah, but I mean, you still kiss the cheek. I mean, like, there's probably like maybe like 6 inches, or maybe 3 from the cheek to the lip. I mean,
but I still have to be cautious, you know.
You might kiss the lip, you might kiss the cheek.
I mean, I just do the cheek. I'm a little safer with the cheek versus,
Okay.
yeah, to me.
All right. I think that there should. I mean, you could touch, hug. You know, that's fine.
That leads to other things. I don't think we should be like touching and stuff, you know.
See, but if we're
During
doing,
these COVID times, I don't think we should be doing
maybe a forehead kiss.
You know what? A forehead kiss, that's allowed too. A forehead kiss
Forehead
or a
kiss.
cheek, yes.
Yeah.
And that little dab, you know.
Yeah. Would you feel comfortable with a guy kissing forehead like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's wrong with that? I think nothing's wrong with it.
So, couples quarantining. What do you think? I mean, do you think it's easy for couples to quarantine? Do you think it's hard for them to quarantine? What do you think about it? Do you think they want to kill each other?
I mean, I've heard stories. I myself, I haven't been, in that situation, so I don't know. But I've heard different stories that some people want to kill it. There are other significant others, and other people want to move out of the country and etc. But
Move out of the country.
yeah.
Wow.
They can't stand them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that for couples, it was a very interesting thing. I think the divorce rate shot up during this whole thing because a lot of people didn't know who they were married to. And that's the problem. Most people live their lives just working. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. But
they
I don't
work.
understand that though, because I just want to say I don't understand that part, because don't you know that person like before you get married, or how it?
But see, that's the problem. See, people change over time. See, so when you initially talk to somebody, the first thing is when you initially talk to somebody, you're not really getting the real person.
Unless you're living together, I'm assuming.
Because everybody puts on that little, it's like that
Right.
first date, you ain't out here looking spiffy every single day. You're not doing it. You know what I mean? You may have your perfume, your cologne on, you fresh to death, you got, your new wigs and everything. And then what happens and then over time, all of that changes. And then you start to realize the real person. And then it's like, wow, this was all a front just to pique your interest. And so that's what happens. And now, people get married, and then it's like you got to grow together. You got to change together. You got to evolve together. But most people don't know because they're working. So
That could be
both
true.
parties are working. They come home literally just to eat and go to bed.
Right.
So
Now they arguing now.
well, now you're stuck. You're quarantined with this person who you're still believing is from 10 years ago, who has changed and evolved.
I just don't understand if you knew someone for 10 years and now that the pandemic has taken place, and now, with the whole quarantine, so many arguments and so many, screaming matches. I don't get it. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, they're with a whole nother person, and that's why it's been a problem.
Wow.
They now they're stuck together in the same space, and they realize they can't live with each other. So, it's definitely been a problem for couples. Divorces.
yeah,
have
I
been
know. It's unfortunate situation.
very.
So that's all the time we have for today. I would like to thank my co-host here, Reginald. Sorry. He likes it. But thanks for coming, and we hopefully will see you for season 2.
You will see me on season 2. I will be here.
Okay, all right. So until the next time, I'm your host, April, and keep it classy, keep it real, and remember, when that crown ever starts to fall or tilt just a little bit, don't worry about it. We're going to fix it on the next episode of Queen's Royal Chat. Thank you for watching Queen's Royal Chat COVID Love Edition. But we have one more surprise. Reggie tells us about his very interesting online dating experience. Make sure to look out for it. It's called Reggie's Story Time.